Stephen A. Smith didn't even wait for the opening graphics to finish rolling before he completely dismantled what he called the WNBA's best-kept secret. Leaning toward the camera with that signature intensity, he pointed directly at the lens and dropped a bombshell that allegedly left the entire sports world speechless. His target was Brittney Griner and the unspoken, silent syndicate of WNBA veterans allegedly operating behind closed doors to orchestrate Caitlin Clark's downfall. "We are witnessing an absolute travesty," Stephen A. reportedly roared, his voice echoing across millions of screens. For months, fans had suspected that the physical elbows, intense trash talk, and icy stares weren't simply competitive fire. According to the narrative, they were part of a coordinated effort. And according to the explosive claims currently tearing across the internet, Brittney Griner was allegedly at the very center of it. The old guard of the WNBA, reportedly terrified of losing its influence and deeply threatened by the enormous financial power Clark commands, supposedly formed a coalition to freeze the rookie out. They wanted to humiliate her. They wanted to break her. But what Griner and the veteran establishment allegedly miscalculated was the ultimate safeguard standing right next to Caitlin Clark on the hardwood. They forgot that you don't intimidate the Indiana Fever without going through their fiercest protector. They forgot about Sophie Cunningham. When the establishment allegedly tried to execute its psychological and physical takedown, Cunningham didn't simply push back. According to the story, she catalyzed a full-blown locker room revolt that completely shattered the foundation of the WNBA's power structure. And today, we are breaking down the exact timeline of how this massive institutional cover-up allegedly collapsed and why Stephen A. Smith is portrayed as going scorched earth to defend the new era of basketball. To understand why this situation has reportedly gone completely nuclear, you have to look closely at the structural mechanics of power within professional basketball. The WNBA has always operated under a strict, unwritten, multi-tiered system, at least according to this narrative. Rookies, regardless of their commercial value or global fan base, are expected to endure a grueling initiation. They are supposed to keep their heads down, take the physical punishment, and wait their turn.
You would think that somebody who is now free, back in America, on home soil, would not have too much to complain about. Especially something like this. Fans in every sport. She described the fans.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what sport you are. It doesn't matter what sport you pick. That's how fans act in every arena. In every arena. So, and then when you, clearly she's not remembering who they let out to get her back.
The Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death. An arms dealer that wanted to kill American citizens, according to the report. That's who they let out. For her.
Then came Caitlin Clark, carrying multi-million-dollar endorsement empires, sold-out arenas, and massive network rights opportunities on her shoulders. She bypassed the entire established hierarchy from day one. According to viral, true crime-style breakdowns of the game tape, veterans like Brittney Griner allegedly realized that their iron grip on the league's narrative was rapidly evaporating. In response, insider reports claimed that a whispered locker room campaign was launched to physically pressure Clark and systematically deny her the space needed to operate effectively. It was portrayed as a calculated freeze-out, with the ultimate goal being to prove a brutal point. No individual player, no matter how famous, is bigger than the established institution. However, executing such a plot would have required total compliance from every veteran on the floor. When the alleged intimidation tactics escalated, Griner and the old guard reportedly expected the younger players to simply fold under the immense pressure, but they encountered an absolute brick wall. Sophie Cunningham, a respected veteran who understands the harsh realities of sports economics better than most, allegedly recognized the structural sabotage immediately. You simply don't destroy the commercial engine that is helping fund charter flights and contribute to major salary increases because of bruised egos. When the veterans allegedly tried to send a message, Cunningham intercepted it and tore it apart. The tension didn't remain confined to the court. It reportedly triggered a massive, high-stakes organizational crisis behind the scenes following the alleged physical confrontation. Insider leaks suggested that Sophie Cunningham brought the entire ugly situation directly into the spotlight. She didn't simply defend Caitlin Clark in the heat of the moment. According to the narrative, she reportedly confronted the veteran establishment and exposed what was described as blatant hypocrisy within their operation.
there's nothing wrong with the resentment that you may feel towards what she represents. It's actually good because it provokes a level of hostility, which elevates the competitive fervor, and y'all go out there and compete, and everybody gets paid. But unfortunately, you almost feel like you have some folks within the WNBA that wishes that would rather not be in a very fruitful position because of their resentment towards her. And they won't admit it, but I've been talking about it for months.
I gotta reply to this.
Yeah.
So I'm not just gonna let you sit here and talk trash about my man, Brittney Griner. Straight
Don't do
up.
that.
No, I'm just letting you know right now. Because my dude Brittney,
she's a young lady.
let me defend her for a second, please. There's people in there making noises, they're yelling, they're booing. In her defense, she's never seen fans before. Stephen A. Smith, they've never been at the games. They've never had fans. Now she has crowds, and she's wondering.
She was at Baylor before she came to the WNBA. You trying to tell me there wasn't fans at Baylor?
All those Baylor Bear basketball games.
I'm just saying that.
Maybe.
No.
15 years ago.
Women's basketball?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
In college.
College gets their love now. Come on now.
But not the WNBA. Not the WNBA.
Well, it's growing.
And the best thing that they've ever had in the WNBA is Caitlin Clark.
From a box office perspective.
And by the way, she ain't the first to do this. There's Diana Taurasi. There's Lisa Leslie. There's
Diana
Cheryl
Taurasi
Swoops.
is phenomenal.
Okay.
All of them.
Respect
Cheryl
to
Swoops,
them.
all of them.
All of them. But let's just call
Candace
a spade
Parker.
a spade here.
Yeah.
Sure.
According to the explosive rumors currently dominating the internet, Cunningham allegedly called out what was described as the league's darkest, dirtiest secret. The established stars reportedly want the massive paychecks, primetime opportunities, and global corporate branding, yet allegedly resent the very player who is generating much of that attention. Cunningham reportedly snapped, telling the opposing veterans that their fragile egos were actively sabotaging the league's historic financial momentum. She allegedly led a fierce revolt, making it unmistakably clear that the Fever roster was no longer willing to play by what the narrative described as the old guard's toxic rules.
Shoves her. And then got called for a foul. So Caitlin's just trying to, how exactly is a foul on Caitlin Clark? How exactly is that a foul on Caitlin Clark? Response is that we're younger class. Let's not be crazy here. Freedom movement rules, you can't block a cutter, which is what she tried to do. Again, exactly what she tried to do. It doesn't matter. If Brittney Griner walks into Caitlin Clark, yes, she bumped the cutter. That is a foul on Caitlin Clark. Brittney Griner shoved her. Brittney Griner saw that Caitlin Clark was in her way and shoved her. I'm sorry, Brittney Griner initiates the contact and follows through. I'm sorry, if Brittney Griner walks into Caitlin Clark and Caitlin Clark has her two hands up, yes, it's a foul on Caitlin Clark. It doesn't count. That's like saying if I don't know. I see somebody that's doing something wrong, so I rugby tackle, doing in an illegal defensive position, so I rugby tackle them. Or I see I don't know. It's like being an offensive player and you're about to get hit by a moving screen. So instead of getting hit by a moving screen and drawing the foul, you decide to turn and shove the person setting the screen. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. Freedom of movement does not allow you to stop before contact and shove somebody. It is what it is, and I'm being real.
By refusing to submit to the alleged institutional pressure, Cunningham effectively broke the syndicate's power. She proved that the enforcers of the new era were completely unwilling to surrender to the intimidation tactics of the past. The secret was out, the carefully managed PR facade was reportedly shattered, and the WNBA was left scrambling to handle what was described as a catastrophic media crisis spreading from every possible direction. And that brings us directly to the moment Stephen A. Smith turned on his microphone. He didn't simply report on the tension. According to the narrative, he delivered a surgical dismantling of the WNBA's alleged veteran agenda, using Sophie Cunningham's rebellion as the centerpiece. Smith reportedly validated everything fans had been questioning for months and aggressively highlighted what he described as organizational jealousy at the highest levels. He pointed to the alleged absurdity of players like Brittney Griner supposedly attempting to physically break down the very player who had become central to the league's explosive commercial growth. He praised Sophie Cunningham for allegedly being one of the few players willing to stand up to what he characterized as a toxic, outdated hierarchy, portraying her as a powerful protector of the league's financial future.
Okay.
This is going in that direction.
It's going
where there's
in the
a
right
market
It's been 25 years where they haven't made a penny.
But
So now all of a sudden you want to be like, maybe this year.
time out. It was growing before she arrived, and then it elevated to another level once she's arrived.
We'll
and she's
see.
not going anywhere anytime
We'll
soon.
see.
And, oh, by the way, remember this name.
Okay.
Juju Watkins
Okay.
out of USC.
I seen her. Freshman, great player.
Spectacular. She tore
Chicken
ACL.
ball.
Tore ACL in the NCAA tournament last year. You know, she's special. And I'm just telling you, you're going to see the league continue.
Who
to
wins
grow.
this game? Ready? WNBA All-Star versus the best high school players ABC Nike game. High school Ben versus WNBA player best players. Who wins?
Here's my response to that. I think it would be the high school, but I would say this to you.
Because you're right.
Don't underestimate women and the growing support they're providing to the WNBA. Remember, anything successful, you usually have the women behind it supporting the product.
Don't underestimate the NBA subsidizing.
The NBA and the NFL
Yes.
went to another level once they appealed more to women. What if the women decide we gonna focus and lock in on the WNBA?
No, the NFL started growing once they implemented what's called cheerleaders. And people were like, oh, okay, we'll go to the game. Look at them. Look at them Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Come on, bro.
You lost
What?
credibility. with
How did I lose
Honestly,
credibility?
at this point,
No.
stop the podcast, Brent. Rob, let's just finish it up
ridiculous.
and go to.
I'm losing credibility.
That's not
WNBA
true.
hasn't made one penny, but I'm losing
Let
credibility.
me put it.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing.
Okay.
Let
You're
me
using
tell you-
credibility
Zombie
because of
company.
a bizarre statement about the
Let
NFL.
me tell you what I like. Let me tell you what I like. You know what I like? Here's what I like. I don't care what's going on. I want to see animosity in sports.
Yes.
I
Doesn't
don't care
bother me.
what's going on. I love the fact that right now, who's the guy in the heavyweight UFC that's pushing the buttons of John Jones saying, I'm officially the
Tom
super heavyweight
Aspinall?
Aspinall. He's saying, I'm officially
guy's
the
a
super
beast.
because John Jones has retired, right? I love animosity. The best fights were Cormier against John Jones. It was Khabib against, Conor. You want that, Mayweather used to fight what weekend? Cinco de Mayo. That was his way. Like, I'm going to take your ass out. So to me, I don't know. I just love the fact that there's animosity. You know what game I'm going to see the stat line on? You know what game? The next time Fever plays whoever Reese
Whatever
is.
team she plays now.
No, only Reese.
Yeah.
Only Reese. Because animosity changes the game. For those of you that believe the future looks bright and you go to the gym and you want to sport the gear and be part of the community that represents Future Looks Bright, here's a new gear that came out, athletic wear of Future Looks Bright, with our models. And guess who's in it? Vinny, Rob, going to play the
Steven
clip.
don't give a shit.
Those
Okay,
are
Vinny.
85-pound dumbbells.
Okay, Nati. A good camera work right
That
there.
second one right there is what you kids should have kept the video.
It's Natalia. Oh, great personality on that girl. There she goes. Sick.
Smith's legendary rant wasn't simply a standard defense. According to the narrative, it was a damning indictment of an entire sports culture accused of punishing greatness in order to protect mediocrity. He warned the WNBA front office that if players were allowed to continue running alleged secret locker room campaigns against their so-called golden goose, television networks, corporate sponsors, and the league's massive new fan base could eventually walk away. The fallout from Stephen A. Smith's alleged truth bomb has reportedly changed the landscape of the league. The veteran establishment is now on notice, the organizational hierarchy has supposedly been flattened, and Sophie Cunningham has emerged as the alleged undisputed hero of the resistance. The old WNBA is portrayed as being gone, while a new era, forged through undeniable chaos and controversy, has officially taken control. If you agree with Stephen A. Smith and stand with Sophie Cunningham for protecting Caitlin Clark, hit that like button right now. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Is the veteran establishment going too far, or is this simply standard basketball? And make sure you subscribe so you never miss another explosive update.